let me check by going to your thing, your profile.
Hey, we're live. Hello.
We should be live. Hold on, let me listen to it.
Listen
I'm
with
playing it
your
right now.
special earballs.
It's taking a minute.
Listen with your special ears, not eyes. You don't listen with your eyes.
Look with your special ears.
Are you trying to listen to the sound on the Twitch? Like, but what do you...
An error occurred? What do you mean an error occurred?
What are you trying to do?
Okay, check this out.
Sorry, audience. Taylor's in the middle of technical.
It just stopped? Are you sure we're still streaming?
It says we're streaming on your laptop. It doesn't say it's stopped or anything. Yeah,
oh,
see?
yeah, it says we're live.
Wait,
Hold
are
on.
you trying to listen to the audio?
Yes,
Why not
right
just
now.
do that on the laptop of yours that we're using?
Because the laptop's over there and my phone's over here. There.
Seemed like
Okay,
a whole
so
lot
now I
of
know it
extra
works.
steps that didn't need to be added. So my laptop isn't giving me a picture, so we're using Taylor's.
Yep.
Which is really bad because it means I can't upload videos to YouTube, and I only have like 5 videos uploaded. So yeah, that sucks. But
What did I tell you about uploading the videos to YouTube? We could have had a bunch of backups.
yeah, but like that's a lot of work, man. I would pick like a few
Yeah,
days out of
it's-
the week to like.
I mean, if there was
upload
a way
few
of just
videos.
like setting them up on a queue and then just like letting it sit.
There is, but you still have to wait for each one to like load individually.
Yeah. I imagine
It
that
is-
takes a while.
Yeah. It isn't about queuing them up, it's about just the wait time it
Just
takes to...
Need a big like server stack thing where I can
Yeah.
just put the disc in.
Yeah. So I just got done playing some Watch Dogs, and there was this mission where I had to escape from fixers, and they were chasing me, and they like lined themselves up in a row of cars, and I threw a grenade,
And then, like, we
it blew
drove-
up, and then the car blew up, and then the blew up car blew up the other cars,
And then we drove by my old school, and Benjamin Franklin was there for some reason, and he's like, "We gotta stop the moon,
And then
because
George
the
Washington...
moon's going too fast."
And then George Washington and Abraham Lincoln come out of some time stream portal that wearing
and they
like power
shoot the
suits,
moon
and
with
they're
like a laser, and then I
come
woke
with
up.
us. Abraham Lincoln, it turns out, is also a vampire hunter for some reason. He's got like an axe that turns into a shotgun.
And then I woke up.
And I never used a public toilet again.
So yeah, let's see. Last time we were around here. So I in our last episode, I was talking about my my dumb Gordy theory
Yeah.
that the guy, cause like, okay, hold on, go to court record real quick.
Correct.
Check out the autopsy thing.
Hey. Oh wait.
Okay, one bullet shot.
Present. And then.
Yeah, present. Oh, the picture. Look at this photograph.
My apologies. I'm not sure I can help you with that. You said to show him the autopsy.
No, I was saying I wanted to look at the autopsy report. Cause yeah, one bullet shot to the... Okay. It doesn't mention like being chewed up by a lake monster. So.
Cause of death, real chewed up looking.
So it turns out that among various
He got eaten by this giant monster from the lake. Definitely Russian, possibly Jew. There's an Archer reference.
wait, what?
That was from Archer. It was like the first episode when he like fakes the mole, but then there's actually a mole, and he has like a Jewish sounding name, and he's Russian, and he's like, "What? You're Jewish?" And he's like, "What? No, I'm Russian. What?" And
Was
then like
it the,
Lana shows up. And,
Was it the black guy in the turtleneck?
No. It was in the very first episode. He was a Russian dude. It was the guy that was doing Archer's training, and then like at the end he turned out to be the mole. And Lana shows up
Oh,
and is
wait,
like,
no,
Lana,
Ireland.
look out.
That's an Axis power. No, it wasn't. What are you talking about?
Yeah, then Lana shows up and is like, Lana, look out. This guy's the mole. He's definitely Russian, possibly Jew. Possibly Jewish.
I wonder what that sounds like. Anywho.
What, a Russian Jew?
A Russian Jewish name. I'm not familiar enough.
I wonder what a Russian Jewish person would sound like.
We would know.
Ah, what the?
You
no,
switch the input on your TV.
I
have no idea what this looks like to the folks at home.
Nothing, because the TV is just fine. Well, no, it didn't affect the recording.
Okay,
because
so
the game was still on.
We're talking to Grossberg here. And
wait, so now I'm just really trying to picture what a Russian Jewish mom would sound like. And
like the classic mix of like
Jewish
cinema Jewish with cinema Russian.
Was like hey Daniel, you must wear a coat. It'll be cold out. You'll catch your death.
What is that? What is that radish dish called?
The falafel?
No.
The Swedish radish dish.
No, I can't think of it. Anywho, no, I think we gotta show this guy the picture of what's her name? Misty Faye.
Hey, look, here's a picture of Misty Faye.
Misty Faye!
Misty Faye!
Mama of Mia and Maya Faye.
Mother of Mia.
Mia's mama.
Mother of Mia and Maya Faye. Show this photograph to Miles Edgeworth. He'll have something to say to you then. Oh, okay. That right?
Then I guess that's it.
Nope, you can't do nothing about that. Alright, so we'll move.
It's a picture of a weird bump I saw on my foot. Sorry, I can't help you with that. I'm a lawyer, not a dermatologist. What does SPF stand for?
Super... Wait, what does SPF stand for?
Special Protective Factor.
No, it stands for Super Penis Fuck.
No.
Super
we keep it classy on this show.
You keep it classy.
I keep it classy at all times.
I'm an incredibly vulgar person sometimes. Well, not really. Like it's...
My line. What's this?
It's a photograph. Does it make you laugh?
I was hoping you'd gotten my message the first time. I cannot look at this photograph.
Look at the photograph!
And we all know that
funny
I am not allowed to laugh.
I am not allowed to laugh. Edgeworth, what about your defense?
Johnny Tightlips, what happened? I ain't telling nobody. Well, what do we tell the paramedics? Tell them to suck a lemon. I think was that a Simpsons thing or a Family Guy? I can't remember what.
It sounds like Simpsons.
Yeah, but it was. It's like Johnny Tightlips. Who shot you? I ain't telling nobody. What do we tell you? What do we tell your mother? Whoa, who said I got a mother?
Who said I got a mother?
Oh, I love Johnny Tightlips and his evasive ways.
Johnny Tightlips. Well, now I have to look that up.
Yeah, it's a good bit.
It sounds amazing.
It's of no concern of yours.
Miles, can't you see? You and me are meant to be. Best friends forever. Maybe more if that's a thing you're into.
What?
What? I would stick my dick in the fridge.
Oh. Stop that.
No.
I just imagine. Just imagine this puppet, like using his little puppet hand to open a fridge, and it's just really difficult to like figure out how they would do that as a practical effect. You know, it's one of those like, thanks, I hate it moments. Every time I'm in a conversation about like horror movies, I'm like, you know, the spookiest thing about horror movies with practical effects is that like practical effects actually exist. So like, sure, like if you got a cool CGI monster, then like, you know, you got it on a disk drive somewhere. But if you've got like a really spooky looking puppet, you actually have to put the puppet away at the end of the day. Like, it's got to go somewhere. You gotta lock it up.
Yeah, that.
So there's probably just like a warehouse out there of a special effects company, and they just got so much weird stuff. And then there's just like the cursed corner of just all the all the spooky on purpose puppets.
You think there are any like cursed things in a special effects studio,
You
whatever,
know,
that
there's
people
got to
just like
be
don't mess with because every time someone does, they like get crippled or
there's
something?
gotta be something out there like that. Just out of like
Superstition.
yeah, just a regular amount of superstition plus like a special effects
Yeah,
like team.
dude, didn't like haven't most of the Superman actors become like cripples at some point?
I do not
Or like I
know.
think something bad happened to like each person that played Superman except for like the latest one.
Henry Cavill, yeah, he's busy witching things.
Witching things. Is he in The Witcher?
Yeah, he's the Witcher, and he's the titular Witcher in The Witcher.
Huh.
You can tell it's him because of its jaw.
Cool.
Yeah. So
So, when do you think Superman will be back in the DC films?
I don't know, and whew, man, I don't know. I don't know where to even start. I don't know where they're gonna go from here because honestly, I think it's gonna be a weird. It's a weird, confusing time. I think DC is still in its like in its teenage years as far as like getting their movies into like a single cinematic universe.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they've started to get their TV shows into a cinema into like a TV universe, at least more or less.
Yeah, if only they were better.
Yeah, if their shows are better, sure, but you know, it's a
Look,
start.
Arrowverse is okay, but like it's not as great as it could be. Though I will say there have definitely been some like Arrow stuff that I really liked.
What are we? Some kind of Doom Patrol?
And I do wish that Legends of Tomorrow was like an actual comic book because I don't think because I've looked up Legends of Tomorrow comic books and I don't think that's like an actual group. I think that's just something that they made for the Arrowverse. But I could be wrong.
That could be a thing.
I like Sarah Lance. I wish she was in the comic
There's
books.
multiple flashes.
There's multiple Flashes. So okay, here's the thing about Flash. It would be weird if they tried to have both Wallies, cause like, cause like Wally red hair as we knew him kind
Wallimer
of
West
disappeared,
and Walter West.
and then we got like a black Wally West for some reason, and then the Flash TV show decided to have them black, but then the comic books were like, oh, by the way, this black Wally dude is now goes by Wallace, and he's actually a byproduct of Flashpoint, and here's actual Wally with his red hair. So like, what if the Arrowverse tried to like bring in the red-haired Wally? Then would he be the byproduct in the TV show, or like,
I
how would that
don't
even
know.
work?
All I know is that I've seen screenshots with two different flashes, and I'm like, hey, that's cool because if you do like a Crisis on Infinite Earths kind of deal, you can just be like, yes, we're just gonna get the actor from like the Justice League movie or whatever, or we're gonna get the Flash that was in another show.
Here's Kevin Conroy being Batman.
Yeah, which that was a good idea. I should actually go and see
I
if
should
he does a good
catch
job
up on
in
the
that.
Arrowverse shows.
If only
Arrowverse is one of those things where like it started off pretty good, and then it's one of those things that I've like picked up, abandoned, and then picked up again, and then Supergirl was like, this is okay, and then it was like, don't really like it, and then it's like okay again, and
what would be fascinating is to see if you could soft reboot all of them together.
that'd be cool.
Like, I mean, the CW shows, the movies, maybe throw in what is it, the show that's just Gotham, just
Yeah, just throw in the kid from
all the
Gotham.
parties that happened while Bruce was away, or a kid, or depending on the timeline.
Oh man, people really want John Diggle to be John Stewart and or at least a Green Lantern and the Arrow show, but John Diggle was such an awesome character that he became a character within the comic books. So now he's a different person from John Stewart.
But
So
can he
people are like, "Yeah,
become?
be the Green Lantern," and I'm over here like, "No, just make John Stewart a separate person."
And then he gets a
Like,
lantern ring.
then he gets a lantern ring.
That's the confusing thing about Green Lanterns is that like when you have one Green Lantern, it's just Green Lantern. But once you get a whole bunch of Green Lanterns, you really need to have more like a serial number or like a nickname or something.
Man, I was...
Because, like, even in the comics, they're just like, me and the Green Lanterns. I'm like, which Green Lanterns? There's a lot of them.
Man, I was super confused the first time I saw Hal Jordan because I grew up with Jon Stewart. So the first time I saw, like, a Justice League shirt with Hal Jordan on it, I was like, why is Green Lantern white?
Yeah, it turns out that there's numerous flavors of Green Lantern.
That was actually what got me super interested in comic books, was the Green Lantern mythos, because when I learned that there were multiple Green Lanterns and that it was like a whole core, like they covered that like within the Justice League TV show, but being a kid, I didn't really like comprehend the idea of a core of Green Lanterns. So it wasn't like, oh yes, here's the Green Lantern Corps. It was more like, oh, here's a bunch of space people in space, and Green Lantern is there.
Space people in space.
Because I was like 7 years old with autism. I didn't comprehend shit like that.
Yep. It's I think canonically the Green Lanterns have each ring or something has a serial number or something to it. Or they're named by their sector or something.
Maybe. Guess he hasn't found anyone yet. Can I talk to him? Yeah. What happened? Can I ask you about the murder?
Right. I mean, correct. I mean, I'll ask you again. Just leave me alone.
Miles, you and I are meant to be.
You know that's...
There is no fighting it.
You know that sad part of Bohemian Rhapsody? That's what's going on here.
Did he actually kill someone?
With the singer in Bohemian Rhapsody?
Yeah, because he's like, just killed a man.
I don't think so.
Put a gun against
Hold on, folks in the comment section. Did anyone in that band actually kill someone?
I mean,
before the song came out.
Because they talk about murdering someone, and it's like...
It's so weird compared to the song, because it's, I mean, the song itself is like, it really is mostly a tragedy, you know?
Yeah.
But in different forms?
Yes. I don't know. What if it was a metaphor for AIDS? Because, like, Freddie Mercury was one of the earliest people to get AIDS, wasn't he? So what if it was about how he, like, infected someone without meaning
to? Dude.
Huh?
Dude.
Yeah?
Dude.
That would be super heavy.
You're blowing my mind here.
Look it up.
Yeah, I should look that up.
Oh, dude, could you imagine? Could you imagine being like the first person with AIDS and infecting the person that you love, and it's like, oh, well, I guess now we're both just going to die from this new incurable disease.
I was just thinking, can you imagine if like two guys in the year 2020 just figured out this specific reference? I feel like we can't be the first ones to be like, hey, what if this meant this?
Yeah, right.
Unless we do, in which case we must take to Reddit by storm and be like, hey everyone, is there like a Reddit dedicated to song lyrics meanings?
I don't know. You're the Reddit guy. Look it up.
Yeah, I've just recently become the Reddit guy. If only because I like geeking out on the...
Dude, I'm barely even on... I don't even go on Facebook anymore, and I'm barely even on Twitter.
I feel like you would enjoy Reddit because you can find a specific thing that you really like.
I have gone on Reddit before, but not purposefully. It's always like a link that I click on.
Just on accident. I sort of careen across the internet.
It's always a link that I wind up clicking on in the search engine. Like if I Google something and there's like Reddit talking about this exact thing, and then I go click on it.
That's why a lot of like video game questions and stuff end up being on Reddit.
Yeah.
So it'll be like, hey, has anyone found this this collectible item thing in this or that sort of thing? But yeah, I think you'd get a kick out of Reddit, specifically like it's all about finding the communities that really work for you. So like. Currently, I just follow like the SCP wiki, which is the SCP Foundation wiki thing, but just the Reddit. Dank memes from Site 19, which is just SCP memes.
It's a dollar store. How dank could it possibly be?
Thank you. Is it Control game, which is about Control, because I really like that game and I like seeing people post about theories and stuff. It's been fun. It really did get those nominations for a good reason.
Oh, speaking of games, I've learned that Taylor can't play Doom, which is kind of...
Okay, hold on. I can't play it on default settings because the camera is way too sensitive, and you spin around like pirouetting, and you barely touch the thing. It gives me some motion sickness.
It's definitely not a game built for like people with motion sickness.
Yeah, though maybe that's
there
just
should be like a motion sickness mode for games like Doom and Borderlands.
Yeah, you just have a 360-degree vision, and you just move your cursor across it. You just got pigeon vision.
Yeah.
Dude, pigeon vision. That should be our VR game. Why isn't there... There should be VR games where you have, like, an ultra-wide field of vision as part of the gimmick.
You should read your line.
I should. Please, try to understand. I'm not doing this to prove I'm tough, but because I look down on you. I just don't want you anywhere near this case. Understand? Does this have to do with Blue Corp?
With what?
Blue Corp.
Blue Corp. Oh, is Blue Corp involved?
See,
did
that
Blue Corp touch you in a bad place, Edgeworth? Show me on the dollar Blue Corp.
Don't make it weird, dude. No, what I'm saying is that Blue, that would be a really good tie-in, because I like the idea of Blue Corp, like, not just immediately dissolving, like, still having its fingers in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Or at least left over, like, remnants.
Yeah, I don't think Blue Corp is coming back.
I just want its remnants to be around, so it's for cleanup, you know? It's like in
Maybe
Star Wars where...
game?
It's like in Star Wars where you take out... You blow up the Death Star and stuff, but, like, there's a whole bunch of Imperial remnants you gotta sweep up afterward.
I'm, like, 99% sure that Blue Corp doesn't show up anymore in this game. Why did you go to Gourd Lake?
I have no intention of telling you.
Well, fuck you then. I have no intention of defending you. We have a kitten! Well, the kitten just kind of walked on past. Go get the kitten!
That was Buddy.
That was Buddy.
I don't know if he'll let me pick him up. Oh, here he comes.
He's super friendly.
Hey, Buddy.
Hey, come here. Hey, come here. You want to say hi to the audience?
Hello?
No. He rubbed his face against the mic. I don't know if the audio picked that up, but...
I think Buddy's a new one here.
He is.
He's just kind of exploring right now.
We had him, and then we gave him away, and then they brought him back. So, that's the story of Buddy.
Huh? Oh, your line.
Yeah. Nor apparently would you tell Detective Gumshoe.
Detective Gumshoe was really worried about you.
Okay, well,
present
what
it.
if I told you...
Oh, yeah, we gotta present
I had
him
a
with
picture of Misty
Look at this
Faye!
photograph.
Oh, speechless now, huh? Edgeworth?
It's only been a matter of hours since you last visited.
Mm-hmm.
You've made incredible progress in your investigation.
Yeah, that's what I do.
I'll admit it. I'm impressed, right?
Yeah? Impressed
You're
enough
always
to let me
single-minded
defend
in
you?
your work, though. Instead of double-minded, like me.
Or triple-minded.
I'm colder, more calculated.
I'm better, harder, faster, stronger.
It's a System Mastery reference. It's back when they were doing... It's a Star Wars thing. Once you start on something, you always see it through, don't you?
About the DL6 incident.
Right. DL6.
Dick sucking lips. I mean...
What? No.
DL6. DSL.
No.
DSL.
It's DL.
That's
It's
for
down
dick
low
sucking
6.
lips.
We had to keep it on the down low.
DSL.
It was the 6th.
The DSL incident. DSL incident sounds like something that would be in a GTA game. Some like side mission or something.
That sounds like one of the business names, because they have so many like businesses that are just like sex puns and sex jokes.
Yeah.
Like they have a hardwood floor store called Floorskin, and I'm like, that's an interesting, like that's a really slant joke, but The problem is that just the title itself is actually way spookier than the pun.
Well, the idea of carpet being a foreskin has me
the idea of
creeped out now.
The idea of any kind of skin floor is just
it's just a floor made out of flesh. You walk in and like Leatherface pops out with a chainsaw. Oh, new floor!
Yeah, it's like calling I don't know. It's calling tables, I don't know, house bones.
House bones.
I don't know, man. It's just weird. But yeah, they
Alright, everyone, to the houseboat. It's dinner time.
There's a lot of there's a lot of they're mostly sex jokes, but there's occasionally one that isn't that gets my attention. So it'll be like there's a car shop, not the one that you actually go to, that's Los Angeles Customs. There's some generic car shops that are called the Cartoon Network.
Ah, nice.
Yeah. I didn't want you to find out about it.
Didn't want you to find out about
the Swedish falala incident.
The Swedish falala.
It's a very rich meal. Could cost you everything. That is why I refused your order to defend me. Or offer to defend me. I'm sorry if it sounded like I thought you weren't up to the job. I just wish to keep you away from the DL6.
But Edgeworth. So, do you still think it would have been better for me to stay away?
I don't know. But I see no point in hiding anything from you now. Very well. Ask whatever you like. Will be answered to the best of my abilities. Unless it's shipping related.
Oh, damn it. Okay, well, I guess that'll bring me to my second question. Dude, do you think there's a fanfic of this called, like,
yes,
Penis Wright and, like, some...
I don't think it would have that name, but it would be funny if it did.
Oh, that would be like...
Penis Wright.
Penis Wright, and...
I'm going down to the Dicksmiths Guild, and I'm telling them that my local Dick Wright did a terrible job. Man, that's one of those things where it's like, I almost tweeted it, and then I was like, it doesn't make any sense. No one's gonna get the... Okay. The DL6 incident was when my father died.
Wait a minute! How come every time we interview someone in the prison cell, they're not, like, wearing prison clothes?
Well, they're not in a, what's the word? There's a difference between
a jail cell, whatever.
Yeah, there's a difference between a jail cell and a prison. When you're like in a jail awaiting trial, you just whatever you're wearing at the time. You don't gotta switch out your clothes, as far as I know.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you don't have like, I don't know, a bunch of contraband on you or something.
Whoa!
Right before my eyes, he was shot and killed. I saw it all. My memories from that time are foggy. I was working with Foggy at the time, Nelson and Murdoch.
No, at the time I was just an assistant at Nelson and Murdoch. They were training me. Dude, it all comes full circle.
It all comes together.
What if, like, Edgeworth was being trained by Nelson and Murdoch, and Phoenix Wright was being trained by She-Hulk?
We were working in a top-secret laboratory that was figuring out how to imprint memories into glass shards.
Wait a minute, glass shard. What is that from? I don't...
The glass shards from the lamp.
Oh yeah!
It all comes together.
The glass shards.
Look at these glass shards.
The glass shards tell the story of the DL6 incident.
They're just...
And they're also like pieces of the magic mirror from Fables.
It just goes on a long like monologue about like crystal balls and being able to like store memories in quartz or something.
I can see the future.
Yeah, it just goes from that, and then it's like, yes, glass shards. There, I did it. I suppose it's a self-defense mechanism. In any case, a suspect was arrested. A man.
A myth. A monster.
A man of some sort. It's pretty clear that he was the only one who could have killed my father.
This man. This monster. It's a Thing reference for you. Thing from Marvel.
Ah.
It's like...
Not, John Carpenter's Thing.
Yeah. It was like, I think it was in, like, one of the first Fantastic Four issues when they first got their powers. And, like, one of the covers was of the Thing, and it was like, this man, this monster.
Oh, yeah, that was one of those early covers, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's pretty... Oh, wait.
I read the line, you gotta hit the button.
That. Yeah.
The spirit medium they used to talk to my late father said the same thing. It was an attorney by the name of Robert Hammond. Where do I recognize that name? It just cuts to, like, Top Gear, one of the British guys or whatever. That cleared the attorney by the name of Robert Hammond that cleared the suspect's name. Oh, is that why he swore off becoming a defense attorney?
Yeah.
That all makes sense.
Yeah.
It all comes full circle. And, oh, this is your line.
And
Next
Hammond,
you're going to say.
And Hammond is the victim in the Gourd Lake murder?
Correct.
Ah, I read your mind.
The spirit medium, that was my mom. What? You mean you're... Oh, have you never introduced each other? I guess not.
I mean, why would they
Phoenix,
have?
you're rude.
Well, I think it's less that Phoenix didn't introduce him and more that Edgeworth never gave him a chance to.
Yeah, I don't think they ever...
Because he's always like...
Yeah.
Hey, okay, bye.
Because from his perspective, there's just been this monk girl.
I mean, even if you are, like, super antisocial and have no desire to talk to me, I feel like that's something that would at least catch your eye. Like, what's with the monk girl?
Yeah, I mean, back when it was Mia Fey, I would have been like, oh, well, it's just someone with a similar last name. There's not a connection because she's, like, a defense attorney and not, you know, a monk.
Right.
But then, like, she's obviously a monk, so I would start putting the pieces together.
Yeah.
It's strange. Well, I'm not one to judge. Well, Mr. Doctor. It's strange. Well, who am I to want to judge?
Wait, was that an actual line from one
That
of the
was
movies?
actually in Doctor Strange, yeah.
I don't remember that. When was that? Who said that?
The main villain with the shiny eye bags. He's got like crystally eyes.
Huh.
Yeah, but yeah, he's like Mr. Doctor, and he's like Doctor, Mr. Doctor. Man, having a last name Doctor would be really confusing.
Doctor? Doctor's not a name, though.
I don't think so, no.
Doc is, though. So what if your name was like Dr. Doc?
Yeah, but Doc is usually a first name and an abbreviation of or a nickname of another name.
Dr. Wood. Dr. Dick Hardwood.
Hold on, is your middle name is Hard?
No, isn't Hardwood a name? I feel like
I mean, it
Hardwood
is,
a name.
I think.
Dr. Dick Hardwood.
Studwell. Dr. Rip Studwell.
Wait, what is he from?
Fairly Odd Parents, I think.
That's what it was. And then there's Chet You Betcha.
I'm a fairy doctor. And what about, so, do you think you could deliver this baby? Not really. We haven't had any fairy babies in like thousands of years. Also, I'm barely a real doctor. I just play one on TV.
Krieger's the doctor. Not the medical kind. Not even the other kind, technically.
It's not any kind of doctor.
I love that Krieger is just that, like, weird sciencey dude that's just taking samples from people and doing weird things with it.
Yeah, that's...
And so it's like, what are you doing with that? And he's like, nothing weird, and he runs away.
My favorite thing is the mad science. My least favorite thing is just how like spooky it can get, where it's like, oh yeah, I created like an imperfect clone of y'all with like flesh samples, and now it's just running around the lab. And I'm like,
dude, I think that's awesome.
You should really stick with robotics. At least with robotics, he just makes, a skeleton Furby.
But I love that. That's like part of the suspense.
I feel like
I want there to be like a horror-themed Archer episode that's just about some spooky invention of Krieger's that got out.
I feel like it would be more of an anthology episode where like it's a bunch of different like spooky stuff that each of them run into.
Yeah.
Carol just runs into a floating ear ball. It's
no,
like,
Carol
my ear balls, that's what it is.
Lana would like run into some twins that were clones of her, and they're like, "Come join us, Lana, forever and ever." And she's like, "Nope," and she just starts blasting them.
The nope.
Just like,
and Pam encounters the folks who were only in the first season. Like, what happened to us, Pam? Why did you let us die?
There's the Hobbit, dude. He's just wants a Subway sandwich. Hey, can you give me a Subway sandwich? I'm so hungry. Being a ghost sucks.
the Subway, dude?
Yeah, the Hobbit guy.
No, I didn't.
The guy that ate Subway. Remember, he worked on the computers? He was like, oh great, now I get to deal with this while my meatball sub dissolves into a disappointing pile of shit.
No, I mean, it's been a while since I saw the first season, but...
Dude, you should rewatch it. I forgot how many characters
dude, it's so wild how they clearly...
disappeared.
They had such a weirdly, I guess it's because they were like, okay, well, a lot of these characters are like, for a one particular like joke or whatever. But the thing is, like, The Office feels really empty without them. Like,
yeah.
It really does. It feels at some point it feels sort of like the Krusty Krab, where it's like, wait, do you really only have like 2 employees?
Yeah.
Like, how?
Oh yeah, man. It's like how there were only like 5 people working at that movie studio in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you're doing like a weekly episode thing, like, man, imagine the credits for that show. They just pass right by.
Yeah.
It's just a single card.
Yeah.
I thought that terrible incident was about to end, and now this.
All right, there, Edgeworth. You need a minute. You seem to begin.
I always need a lozenge.
You always need a what?
I always need a lozenge. A lozenge of justice.
A lozenge. I'm trying to figure out some way to work that line into the secret song. I don't know, quenches his cough with the lozenge of justice. I don't know.
Quenches the truth teller. So quench his cough on the lozenge of justice.
The lozenge of justice!
The truth teller shall defeat the eczema of lies with the ointment of justice.
Oh man, I fucking hate eczema. I have eczema and that sucks.
And it's like a dry skin kind of deal.
Yeah, it's a dry skin condition.
Your line.
About to end?
The DL6 incident happened 15 years ago.
Dude, my friend told me that he thought...
see, YouTube was just invented. 2005.
Ah, dude, you're right. But yeah, I had a friend. He's still my friend. I don't know why he's past tense. A friend of mine.
I had a friend.
He sent me a picture of some crazy dry skin. He was like, I think I got that eczema thing that you have now. And like, it was really painful, so I like ran it under hot water and it made it like less painful. And I was like, yes, okay, yeah, it does kind of scratch and itch there. That really sucks. But also, that's like the worst thing you could possibly do.
Yeah, you gotta put like
that's the absolute worst thing you could possibly do.
Because if you just put water on it, then the water dries out and it just gets dry.
Yeah.
You're supposed to put something, what's the word? You gotta put
If we weren't streaming right now, I'd be putting CeraVe on.
some lotion on there.
My hands are very dry. Actually...
You can put some on right now. You're not, oh, right. You just hand me the...
Oh, yeah, just hand you the controller, and you
I'll
can
hit
push
the
the
button,
buttons.
because I'm great at hitting the
Yeah,
button.
and I'm gonna put on some freaking CeraVe, because my hands are, like, mega dry.
15 years ago, on December 28th. December 28th?
December 28th?
3 days after Christmas. It's not too late. Get me the largest honey-baked ham.
And I'll give you half a crown.
You got... That's the part of the line I keep forgetting. How did you remember it?
Because I asked what that was. It was the thing... That was what stuck with me. I was like, what is half a crown? And my grandma was like, it's a form of currency in the olden days. And so that just really stuck with me after that.
just we should...
The one as big as me? Yeah, the one as big as you! Go bring me back one of those and I'll give you half a crown!
Man, how is he supposed to bring that turkey back?
Yeah, if it's as big as he is.
Well, give me 2 crowns. I'll just get you the catering service. We'll bring it over. Man, did you ever read the fan theory about what's the word about for some reason his first name about Ebenezer Scrooge? How like considering the timeline, he would have been around in like the late 1800s during what was it, like one of the major wars in Britain, and basically
is he a war profiteer?
No, but that basically he and his family like would have been around the time where like Britain was hit by like a huge famine, and so he was struck by this
oh yeah, you told me about that theory.
Like paranoia of running out of money.
He has a fear of running out of money. That's why he's so greedy.
Yeah, but that's the thing, is that it's the reason why he's greedy, but also his house is like big and empty.
Yeah.
Is that he does, it's not that like he gets a bunch of money and then he spends it on fancy things. It's that he gets a bunch of money and then is saving that because he's terrified of running out.
Dude, that's kind of what Jack did in Jack of Fables. That was a Fables spinoff. Oh, speaking of that, I was going to tell you about Sleeping Beauty. She had like the most fucked up ending in the entire series.
And the thing is, I'm okay with like with this like deeper introspection to Ebenezer Scrooge because it's still, it doesn't detract from the fact that like he was still like the problem at the start of his own story, and that his whole thing was figuring out like sort of letting go of that fundamental like I guess phobia.
Yeah.
Like it humanizes him more, but like it's good to get that like perspective.
Yeah, that was the thing that happened with Jack Horner and the Fables comic in his own comic, Jack of Fables, which didn't really start being an enjoyable read until it became more about Jack Frost, who is his son. When it was all about Jack Horner, he was just constantly shitty all the time, and the whole time I'm like, why can't you just be better? And then Jack Frost comes along like, I'm a noble adventurer, and I'm like, this is what I wanted Jack Horner to be.
No, I don't want to be Jack Frost anymore. What do you want to be? And he opens the door and he's got like a white kimono. Samurai Jack.
But yeah, he had that same thing, so he started hoarding a bunch of gold that he found, and then it like cursed him and turned him into a dragon. And then everyone died.
As you do. Oh.
That's how Jack of Fables ends. Basically, his son Jack Frost is like, oh hey, there's a dragon, I should go kill it. And he doesn't realize that the dragon is his dad, and Jack doesn't recognize Jack Frost because he hasn't seen him in like hundreds of years. Mm-hmm. So they fight each other, and there's a whole bunch of people on each side, and they all just wind up killing each other. And everyone dies. Except for Sam. Sam is this speedy fairy tale guy that
was busy taking cover behind a old pillar.
Well, no, he just wasn't there. Oh. Like, he was in the Jack of Fables comic book, but he wasn't part of that whole thing. He was, like, at home with his kids, so he's the only one that survived.
He wasn't crouching behind a crumbling earthwork of some lost culture, then.
No, he was just with his kid.
Oh.
And then it's funny because he winds up becoming part of Bigby Wolf's family, like hundreds of years down the line, and like the Fables comic ends with him like on the cover, and Fables ends with the big family reunion happening in the Wolf family, and it's just like hundreds of people, and Sam is there, and it's like, oh, how did you wind up in this family? And it was like, oh, my kid married one of the Wolf people. And I was like, oh, Sam's a wolf dude now. That's neat.
Wait, so just to confirm that he wasn't running around between the battlements of some sort of like ancient Indian fortress, or
no, he's just a dude that runs really fast. I mean, maybe in his fairy tale. I don't know. I don't know what his fairy tale was.
Did I give him a Sam references here?
No.
Sam!
Oh, yeah!
Sam, what are you doing?
Sam, what are you doing?
The Uncharted
Sam,
series. When we were playing Uncharted a while back.
I forgot about that.
Luckily, your companions are mortal because
Sam
they're not
will
great at taking cover.
Dive into the line of fire and
he
punch
really
people.
does. He'll literally run in and just like punch people, which is great. It's
like, Sam, what are you doing?
Sam has a whole different perspective on life once he realized he couldn't die. He's like, nothing could hurt me now.
Sam is immortal.
Me at Sam, tell me the true name of God. Sam, you cannot kill me in a way that matters. Alright, so...
Oh, look, hey, look, in order to explain to you the true name of God, we gotta go into the lore of Kingdom Hearts. Alright.
Are you combining my memes of trying to explain Gnosticism and also trying to explain Kingdom Hearts?
Yep. Alright.
Intro to Gnosticism, 2-hour lecture. Intro to Kingdom Hearts lore, 5-hour lecture.
It's been 45 minutes. We should probably keep this rolling.
The statute of limitations of the case runs out in 3 days.
What?
Oh, because it's 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Nick, what does that mean?
Shut your face, Ma! When a case's statute of limitations runs out, legally the case never happened.
3 days from now, DL6 will be closed forever.
Oh no. The suspect. Caroline.
What about... Oh! What happened to the suspect? The one who got off innocent? I don't know.
He got eaten by a lake monster.
Disappeared from public view. Nobody knows where to.
He got eaten by a lake monster. Obviously.
Gordy? He's still alive. He'd be about 50 years old now.
I guess I could understand why he'd go into hiding. It'd be hard to live a normal life after being a murder suspect in such a big case. Oh, I was gonna tell you about Sleeping Beauty from Fables. She has like the most fucked up ending in the story.
Don't tell me. Don't tell the listeners either. That's
okay.
Rude.
Ah, but it's so...
Tell us about your father.
It's so fucked up.
So, was your father a lawyer? He was.
My father was a skater boy. I said, see you later, boy. I'm gonna go be a lawyer.
No, my father... My father was a skater boy. My mother took ballet.
What do you think Tony Hawk is doing these days?
This. You haven't seen that tweet?
No, what?
Tony Hawk has so many actual like tweets about people like he's at the airport and he shows his ID and they're like, huh, Tony Hawk, like the skater. Yep. Wonder what he's doing these days. This. Like, it's so wild how like Tony Hawk as a person is like a different entity than Tony Hawk the like entity. Like
I don't think I know of any other famous skaters besides Tony Hawk.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I mean, once you get like three or four at least 3 games named after you, you know.
Yeah, he really kind of defined the.
And it's funny because he's like, I don't know, like 50 or something now, but like.
Think he still skates?
I believe he does. I don't think he can stop skating.
I don't think he can either. I think that's just his main mode of transportation.
This kills the man. I'm almost certain that he still skates, just not as like as dangerously.
Yeah. He's like in his 50s with kids now. He's got to think about his health.
How he skates around now is how I would try to start skating.
Dude, I was actually pretty good on a longboard. I was like going up and down hills and shit. I had like one nasty spill, and my grandma was like, "You're not allowed to skate anymore."
Excuse me, Mr. Hawk? But yeah, it's... he gets... It's so wild, though. Like, he's like a celebrity, but from a specific, like, era.
He's a celebrity,
like,
but, like...
represents this whole, like, this whole subculture.
Yeah. Man, we haven't had a good Tony Hawk game in, like, a long time.
That's the thing. I would love a Tony Hawk game revival. Just for good sport. Get some little like indie punk bands in there. Get a lot of cool skate moves.
When I was a kid, when I had like the PS2,
give it like a main plot that like keeps escalating till it's like Saints Row level.
When I was a kid, I had Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 on the PS2. Or I think it was the PS2. It was either PS1 or PS2. But yeah, and I spent and it's funny because like there was no campaign to it. It was literally just like hanging out in skate parks and doing tricks. And I spent
Which one was that?
So many hours doing that Pro Skater 3. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. Or if there was a campaign mode, then I didn't know where it was.
I remember watching a thing about the various games and how like it's interesting in that they've varied a bunch.
Maybe there was a campaign. I don't remember.
Technically, like there's like an ideal. There's like technically like one of the best versions of the game is like a ROM hack where they just put all the maps from all the games, but added all the usability of the more advanced games.
I'm sorry, real quick. Does this music remind you at all of Lavender Town?
No, but it does have a somber feel to it.
Town. Anyway, it's your line.
Gregory Edgeworth. He was quite famous at the time, apparently.
He was famous.
So you were sort of trying to follow in his footsteps. I'd rather not talk about it. You're
okay.
A lawyer, though, so yeah.
Is that all?
I think it kind of worked out either way.
Hey, look, a badge.
Your attorney's badge? Can't say I really want to see one of those right now.
What? Okay.
Unless
hey, look,
you got
a
one
camera.
That's made of chocolate. What's that? I'm not in the mood for idle banter, right?
Edgeworth, you're killing me. Look, an autopsy report.
So, can't think of anything I want to say about that.
What a weird
thing
to
maybe
say.
Maybe he wants to see that.
Yeah.
Who would have thought there'd be a photo?
Edgeworth, did you shoot him?
What do you think, Wright?
I don't think you're the kind of point a gun at anyone. No.
This is a goose picking up a gun. Peace was never an option.
From the Untitled Goose Game. It's just like, rah, rah. No, Goose, no! Rah!
It's a beautiful day in Neo Old Tokyo, and you are a terrible samurai goose. So you didn't shoot him? No, I didn't. It wasn't me. Right. It pains me to ask you this now.
Yes, I would love to go on a date with you. I mean, what?
I know! You want us to defend you. Yes. Will you?
Of course we won't. Game over. Roll credits.
It just skips this entire chapter. That would be really unsatisfying. No.
This is the last chapper of the game too, so the game would just like literally end.
Yeah, no, it just seems like it cuts to the next chapter, and you're like, wait a minute, and then it just pops up and it's like, you really warp whistled your way into this one, didn't you? I bet you missed all the cool levels.
Who could have guessed this day would come?
Not me.
This is my chance to finally pay you back.
Pay him back? Pay me back? For what? Student loans? I don't remember ever doing anything for you.
Never mind. I guess you don't really need to know.
Probably in the samurai case.
I don't know. Maybe.
My letter of request. Please give it to Detective Gumshoe. Make sure it's in bright, bold letters. Maybe a crayon.
What was that from the Deadpool game? He like wrote a whole script in crayon.
Man, that's gotta be obnoxious.
I played that on the PS3. I think it's on the PS4 too. We should
Maybe
stream that.
You're right.
Well, I guess we should. Hmm? What's that?
Earthquake! Nick! It's a big one! It's coming down. Whew, that was scary.
Huh?
Huh?
Huh? Where's Edgeworth?
He was hit by a meteor! He was vaporized on impact. There! He's on the floor in a ball, shivering. I guess he doesn't do so well with earthquakes.
Why do you think that is?
Probably related to whatever happened in his past.
Yeah, some traumatic experience. I've heard of running, but curling up in a ball?
You know that phrase like, I got shot in a car crash? This guy got shot in an earthquake.
I didn't know that was a phrase. What does that mean? Is it like
my mind is blanking.
Your car,
it
you
was
crash
something...
into something and then some guy shoots you from another car?
Yeah, I guess it's a thing I heard. It's a thing I heard back in like middle school, I think, where someone's like, I got shot in a car crash. And it's one of those things where your brain's gears like stop for a moment and you're like, hold on. So, God, you got in a crash? It's, yeah, you
what
just...
What does it mean, though?
What?
What does it mean, though?
Oh, it's just a complex phrase that initially instigates sympathy, but then just leads to confusion. It's like, I got shot in an earthquake. Well, I guess we're done. Mr. Edgeworth doesn't seem like he's gonna stand up anytime soon. Well, time to take a nap. Let's go, Nick.
Right. We have to give Edgeworth's letter to
the guy.
Gotta stop eating Swedish food before we talk to people.
Gotta do some more vocal exercises.
We have to give Edgeworth's letter of request to Detective Gumshoe. Moving to Gumshoe.
To the Gumshoe mobile. I wonder what kind of car he drives.
I'm guessing it's some kind of old beater car.
Like a station wagon with the wood panels?
Yeah.
I can see that.
It's like one of those vehicles that's always constant breaking down, but he's always got like parts to replace. Like he just goes, he just like reaches in his glove box.
It
like,
makes a weird noise at all times.
What's that?
It makes a weird noise.
Yeah, like all the time.
No wonder the office is. No wonder the office is so empty. Everyone's gone home to be with their families.
Yeah.
Hold on. I couldn't remember the voice for a moment.
It was.
Hey pal. Hey pal. What's going on here? Eek.
Well, what's wrong, detective?
This wild lady comes in here just a while ago. Says she came to talk to y'all after hearing what Mr. Wright had to say. What's this all about, pal?
Lot of heart.
Why you go around finding more witnesses?
Gee, I don't know. Probably because it'll help make my case.
I feel like we're all benefiting here.
I mean, I feel like you would want me to have more witnesses. Hang on, I gotta wipe this smudge off my
between, I mean, consider the alternative of me telling her to not to. I feel like there's a weird reason.
I don't know.
You want to give Mr. Edgeworth a death sentence, pal?
Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
No, not at all. Just, I mean, she did see something. There's nothing I can do about that. You can't go around covering up evidence.
You trying to say something about the way I do my job?
You're very incompetent, but that's besides the point right now. No, sir.
I've got 2 whole levels in detective now.
Dude, this guy is like if Shaggy decided to quit smoking pot and became a police officer. Yeah.
Nah, I'm not seeing it.
Yeah.
No,
Shaggy's
no.
so mellow all the time because he's always smoking pot. But imagine if he stopped smoking pot and became a police
Explain
officer.
why he's
He'd be
eating
like,
those giant sandwiches.
well, yeah, it's because this is how incompetent he would be. He'd always be like, oh man.
No, because we already have that connection. That would be if Larry Butts took on the job as detective.
Well, then he'd just be another Detective Gumshoe.
Yeah, but he'd like keep messing up evidence and going to double jail.
I can't have a dead person's evidence. That's double illegal,
You can't have a dead person's passport. That's like double illegal.
Oh yeah, passport.
That's what is it? Episode 2, 3, I think.
Oh yeah, it was a while
I hope
back.
you uploaded that one.
I hope I did too. If I could get my laptop to bring up a picture again. Gotta take it somewhere to get looked at. Do you know any good computer places I could look at my laptop?
I think there's that batteries place maybe down the street. That might work. So,
talk. A lot of testimony. So, what did Miss Hart say?
she says she saw Mr. Edgeworth fire the pistol. What?
Dude, do you think Kevin Hart has a female relative named Lotta?
That'd be interesting.
That'd be awesome.
She even had a photograph to prove it.
Did it make you laugh?
No.
Right, I saw it too.
I mean, it's pretty. It's about as the thing is, it's about as decisive as a picture of Gordy, because like you just got the outlines, you know.
Yeah. But you really can't tell from the photo who it is shooting.
That's why she's. Oh, I thought that was your line.
No.
That's why she says she's gonna enlarge the photo. She was real weird about it though. She's like, okay, I see these 2 guys on the lake. First, I gotta shoot them, and then I'm gonna go home and blow them up. Photography jokes for you, courtesy of my mom.
I love your mom.
Let's go to the zoo to shoot animals. What? Yeah, we're gonna shoot some animals, and then we're gonna take them home and blow them up. It'll drop the quality, I might. Let's see who's who.
Oh my god.
She can do that? Whoa, technology.
Whoa, technology. Okay. Okay, so there's going to be an enlarged photograph that will not make you laugh that shows Edgeworth in the act. Great. Just great.
In any case, she's gonna be the one testifying tomorrow. Huh? What happened to the other witness? Well, apparently there was a cancellation.
Cancellation?
I'm afraid tomorrow is gonna be life or death for poor Mr. Edgeworth. We got a witness who says she saw the very moment of the murder. And we got a photo taken when the shot rang out.
I'd say that sounds like a pretty unwinnable case. But wait, there's more. What did Mia used to say?
Never eat barbed wire.
What's that?
Never eat barbed wire.
What?
No?
No.
It's a Chowder reference.
I watched like a few episodes of that.
I just need to remember what they said. What did they say? Did you leave the toilet seat up again? No, that's not it.
Actually, I think I did see that one. It sounds familiar. If he's innocent, there's gotta to be something I've overlooked.
Sounds like Mr. Edgeworth is gonna ask the state to assign a public defender. One of those littlest ones you get out of the box.
Defender in a box.
Have you seen that game?
No.
Accounting?
No.
It's a VR game, and one of the levels in it is you're on trial for some other like VR crime, and they're like you'll be assigned a public defender, and there's like a little box thing, and you open it up, and there's like these little people, and they're little public defenders.
Huh.
I was just asked to file the paperwork. But you still got time, pal. Go talk to him again. For me. Please. You have to convince him. You have to make him let you defend... You have to make him let you defend him. Please. I know you're the only one who can do it, pal. You're the only one who can save Mr. Edgeworth. Believe in me, who believes in you, and the heart of the dossiers. The heart of... I believe in the heart of the court records.
I was wondering where you were gonna go with that one. Can we present something? Oh, hey, Edgeworth's request. Look what I got.
Hey, you did it, pal. Glad I waited till the last minute to file those papers. I'll rip them up and start some new ones for you.
Hell yeah. Thanks, Detective.
The power of procrastination. Oh, that's your line.
Yeah. Well, see you in court tomorrow, then.
Jinx! Good luck, pal.
Jinx, you owe me a soda.
Hey. You guys feel that earthquake a little while back?
Yeah.
I was worried. Worried? We're fine. I lived out here my whole life. Pretty much used to them by now. That's a lie. Oh, I wasn't worried about you two. I was worried about Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh, right. He did seem to overreact a little now that you mention it.
Yeah, well, I'm not surprised. There's a pretty big quake. Sorry. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna go check on him after I'm done yawning like 3 times in a row. You two go eat and get your rest for tomorrow's trial. Later.
Hey, Mia, you wanna go get some steak?
Mmm.
Or Maya, sorry.
Steakless bones. Or, yeah, chickenless bone wings. It's just a bucket of bones. I wonder what it is with Mr. Edgeworth and earthquakes.
I wonder. He was never that scared of them when he was in school.
We'll find out. Possibly.
Then again,
in the
I
next
only really got
episode.
to know him in 4th grade. He transferred to another school after that. I wonder what happened to Edgeworth. To be continued.
So, we shall find out that and more on our next episode.
After we save.
Yeah, but I'm soon
saved
doing
it
a
automatically.
Outro while you're doing that.
Yeah,
so,
outro time.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes.
I'm Taylor.
I'm Lou Jack.
And remember to take care.
Stay awesome.
Have a beautiful day.
And I'll see you next time.
Bye.